Financial Abuse in Covert Narcissistic Relationship, Part 5. For today's video, I left the cherry on the top, the masterpiece of my ex-husband that he was the most proud of. I want to expose a particularly sneaky and insidious tactic narcissists often use: create elaborate system to control and devalue you, while making you feel like you owe them everything for simply providing. Without further delay, let's dive in. Presentation of the chart, our tasks and balance sheet. This is the chart from 2021. This chart was presented to me not on the paper, not on the computer, but on the huge TV screen. At that time, I was full-time student, studying about 12 hours a day. You cannot imagine. When I saw this chart, I was totally in shock. It felt like stepping into a bizarre reality show like Big Brother, totally separate from the loving partnership I thought we had. For him, our marriage was a business. For me, it was love. He proudly displayed this chart where every aspect of our lives was assigned point value. But let's look at the details of this chart. Look at this. He assigned himself 10 points for being the provider, only 2 points for support. His cooking was worth 5.7, while my cooking was just 2.3. And notice his management of our company, customer service, and website all got 2 points each. But my essential task like laundry got 2 points and sewing was only 1 point. He was literally quantifying our lives and saying that his work was more than twice as valuable as mine, even for something as simple as cooking. And now look at this. On the line, intimacy, 2 points. And this line was the most damaging for me. He compared this to something like being a handyman, which he did maybe 5 times a year, and that was worth 1 point. So something he did a few times a year was worth half as much as our intimacy for a whole year. This made me feel like my value was constantly being measured and that my most personal contribution were barely worth anything to him. I would like to pinpoint as well that it also created huge stress because it felt like my efforts to connect with him weren't enough. It made me worry that if I didn't meet his specific point value for intimacy, he would start looking for it elsewhere. This entire system was designed to make me feel no matter what I did, I was always in deficit and I would always owe him for being 10-point provider. And fast forward to 2024, right before our separation, he made the second chart and the manipulation became even more obvious. My points had dropped significantly. Even though I was paying for my expenses, my contribution in finances was zero. There was even no line about that, no mentioning about that. For instance, my cooking points went down to 0. My supporting him points stayed high at 6. His supporting dropped to 1. He knew that he is not giving me any emotional support at that point. And as you can see, intimacy in this chart at the end of our relationship dropped to 0. So that was his way of reinforcing that I had failed and was no longer valuable to him. I lost so many points at the end of the relationship. And here is the most telling part. Near the end of our relationship, he actually asked me if I had shown this chart to my therapist. He genuinely believed he would praise him and see it as a genius creation. The delusion was unbelievable. This is what financial abuse looks like. It's not always about controlling bank accounts, controlling your spendings, controlling the money or making you spending more money. Sometimes it is about using a warped sense of logic and these kinds of elaborate systems to destroy your self-esteem, leaving you feeling helpless and dependent. It's not just about the money, it's about the deep psychological scars that last long after the relationship is over. Remember, this video is not an advice. If you need any support, please find a therapist, find a lawyer that can help you, find another practitioner that can help you and support you on this journey. I hope that video helped you. Let me know in the comments if you had some experience in financial abuse, and please never give up on yourself. There is light on other side of the tunnel. Remember to subscribe to my channel. See you in the next message. Bye for now.